Hello everyone, this is Amanda Rose, the Hippie Homesteader. Just want to give you a quick little tour of our indoor seed starting setup here. It's a miserable day here in southern Wisconsin. It is cold and windy and rainy, but it's a time of year where weather's unpredictable. At least it's not snow. And it's nice to be able to have a setup like this to start some of the longer season plants. So what we have here are peppers. Actually, most of what we have started is peppers. Tray there, and then these trays on the bottom are all pepper seedlings. This tote here is a combination of peppers and herbs and flowers. Then we have some celery and eggplants and cabbages in this little tray. And then we have tomatillos and tomatoes in the back there. So you don't need to have something quite as elaborate as this. We've kind of worked up to this over the years. I actually started in totes. We would line the totes with aluminum foil, which helps to reflect the light back. And I actually started with some just clamp lights like that with a incandescent bulb in them. Kind of eventually got up to about 4 of those lights, 2 different totes. Transitioned over to the purple bulbs. I will say that the purple bulbs you want to use in a room that you don't have, you're not in. The purple is very hard on your eyes. This year we ended up buying these strip LED lights. You can hook them all together so they are all just on one string, and each level has the lights on them, and we just set the trays on top so the light shines through these grates. But you don't need to go this elaborate. Like I said, you can start in a tote, you can get a few pepper and tomato plants started, and if you don't have that, just wait and plant. A majority of your vegetables will be just fine if you start them in the garden. They don't all need to be started from seed early in the house. You'll see we have a little fan going. A lot of times when you start your seeds indoors, they get weak. They don't have any interference. Your house is very stable. And then when they get outside, the wind will break them. I lost a couple tomato plants one year that way. So one way you can do it is just take your hand, rub back and forth, just kind of rough them up. Nothing too drastic. If you could do that every day, a couple times a day, that kind of takes care of it. The fan just kind of does it constantly for you, so you don't have to remember to do it. We just have this little wireless fan and move it from shelf to shelf just to give everybody a little bit of a breeze. Other thing people often run into when they're starting their seeds, I have heard a lot of people say that they start their seeds, the seeds come up, and then they die. Well, I'll tell you that a lot of these little setups, like this one here, they kind of set you up to fail. So this little setup came with the little, they're like peat or coconut fiber plugs. You soak them in water and they expand when you plant your seeds in them. I have lost more seedlings doing that. In fact, these tiny little eggplants were started the same time as these giant pepper plants. The peppers typically grow very slowly. So these ones were getting dried out, and they did not start growing and did not start getting, if you can see their secondary leaves here, those did not pop out until I covered this entire tray with soil. So I recommend this Pro Mix Organic. It is fairly inexpensive. You can get a big bag like this and do all kinds of trays. Probably that's way more than you'd need if you're just doing a handful of trays. It just holds the water so much better. You don't over or underwater. I've lost, like I said, countless seedlings doing in the peat pots. Plastic is going to hold your moisture a lot better and not draw the moisture away from them. These types of trays too, you can pull one plant out and water from the bottom, and then they kind of just absorb what they need. So when you're starting seeds, don't go for the easy, like I said, the little pellets that you soak in water. I know a lot of those trays come with them. Just throw them out. Fill your containers with a nice potting or seed starting mix, and you'll have much better results. This year we started with these little grow bags. These are little mesh bags. I'm a little on the fence about them. We'll have to see how they go. I will say they are difficult to fill because they are so tiny, but I'll keep you informed in how we like them as the season goes on. So like I said, this is my indoor setup. These guys will not go out into the garden until second week in May. We are at the end of March now, so we've got a ways to go. I'll probably have to replant some of these because they have done so well. They're going to be busting out of their pot soon. But I will take you out to our garden on a nicer day when the wind isn't whipping around quite so much, and you can see how what we started out there and how our beds look. Talk to you soon.